Hi everyone, my name is Sibabale Chocha and I'm the CEO of Chama Money. So the problem that we're trying to solve at Chama Money is that people in townships as well as in rural areas do not have access to high quality regulated investment opportunities. If you go to a township at this moment and ask people, 7 out of 10 people would not know what an investment is, what a share is, or what the JSE is. So the opportunity is actually in these settings, over 11 million people are currently over saving $50 billion rands annually through the use of stokvels. So you might wonder, what is a stokvel? So a stokvel is when 2 or more people decide to save or pool money together towards a common purpose. So stokvels are typically made up of a group of friends, family, or colleagues. So currently stokvels are typically short-term orientated in terms of how they save their money. So our solution was to partner with trusted asset managers to offer us regulated financial products to offer to these customers. So we currently offer stokvels exposure to long-term and potentially high-interest yielding products. We're also building a digital platform that will allow stokvels to basically operate online as well as manage their funds digitally as well. So the products that we currently have is the Allen Gray Balance Fund, which is a mid to long-term investment product. We also have the Signia Feng Fund, which is a relatively long-term product. And also we're working with the 91 as well as Livestock Wealth to launch new products which will focus on the short term. According to Africa Response, the market has, South Africa has over 11 million stokvel members, concentrated around grocery stokvels, funeral stokvels, and so on. We're looking at servicing around 5 million stokvel members, which belong to the savings and investment stokvel, which is the sector that we are focusing on at the moment. So we're looking at least capturing around 10% of that market. So a customer journey on our application would look like this. So a customer would join or create a stokvel on our platform. They would go through a FICA or KYC process. Then they would do an EFT deposit. Then that money would land on their personal wallet. And then they be able to make a contribution towards a stokvel of their choosing. And then based on the stokvel's mandate, that money is invested accordingly. And then after the investment matures, we then redistribute the funds accordingly. And cash withdrawals can be made against those funds. So our competitors in this space, looking at direct competitors, we have banks as well as a company called Stockfeller. Indirect competitors, Easy Equities, as well as Frank. Competitive advantages that we have is actually that we are expert and thought leaders in this space. As our team, we have a combined experience of more than 13 years working with stokvels as well as with investments. We also leverage industry-leading partners such as Allen Gray, Fresh Group, Signia, and so on, basically to allow us to scale much faster, but also gain credibility in the space. Our customers can invest as little as 10 cents because we've basically decided to scrap the minimum investment amount. So basically, if as little as you can afford, you can basically be able to own companies such as Facebook, Naspers, as well as Google. Our revenue model is simple. We charge 2% of profits made on our investments annually. Our traction thus far, we have approximately 100,000 rands in assets under management. We're an alumni of an Alpha Code program, which is basically similar to YC for South Africa. We have done extensive customer interviews, both qualitative and quantitative, and we're busy developing an Android and iOS application soon. So this is a quick snapshot of our partners. Our ask is 500,000 rands. This will allow us to launch an incentives and referrals program. This will allow us to do targeted social media advertisements. This will also allow us to do webinars to basically build a community around the products that we are doing, and also partner with strategic influencers who are working in this financial space. If we cannot get that, we would be happy with an introduction to a leading marketing agency which can basically assist us with doing the above. The team consists of myself. I'm the CEO as well as a software engineer, having worked in fintech, but currently now I work for Rosen Property Group. Palisa Lingolo is our COO. She's a best-selling author on a book around stokvels and how they can invest. She's also an investment banker with Absa Capital. We have Michael Emmanuel, who's our lead designer from Nigeria, currently working for a leading startup called Nombade, which was formerly known as Goody. And then we have Siviwe Tlagaza, who is our chief technology officer, who is a software engineer at Amazon. Thank you, that is it.
15 seconds to spare. Thank you so much. A fantastic team you have there. Judges, any questions? We have one from Catherine.
So I probably have a comment more than a question. Your cost of acquisition is really high, and 500,000 is not going to get you far, but you would know that, right?
Yeah.
So my comment is this: go and consider other ways of acquiring consumers, because we have quite a bit of experience in this field with this type of, your customer acquisition costs will just not make it work. So what you've showed there, we've seen, and it doesn't work, it's too expensive. So my challenge to you is to go think of other ways to acquire customers that would be cheaper, because otherwise the business model just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a very conservative number that we just wanted to put out there that will allow us to, get the ball rolling and actually start speaking to other people once we've gotten, something to kick us off. But yeah, thank you for that comment.
Fantastic. One more from Melissa.
I'm a bit conflicted now because the first thing that popped in my brain was, okay, customer acquisition, but I was going to ask his customer retention strategy. So I think I will just maybe withdraw since you've been given as a pointer.
Okay,
Thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much as well. Keep the good work going. We've got
Can I
our
ask
next...
a question on,
Oh, there's a question.
just on the revenue streams? You've said 2% of profits, is that right? There's no upfront cost for the consumer?
Yeah. So we're just trying to run an ethical business here, right? If we basically don't make money if our customers don't make money, right? So, and that we're doing that because, we are serving an underserved market, people who do not have money, so we just don't want to leech, as typically you would find in the asset management or in the banking industry. So this means that we would have to be careful in terms of the products that we bring. We make sure that we will be able to make revenue off of those.
Fantastic. That's a wrap. Thank you so much.